Today we're going to be unboxing the new Meadowlark kindergarten curriculum. So this isn't the first time that I'm seeing many of the components of this curriculum. I did get the digital version because I pre-ordered the print curriculum, so I have skimmed through that. This is the first time I'm going to be seeing a lot of the materials and being able to actually flip through them for myself. Okay, so here we have our stack of the team readers. So the way that these work is that the student reads a portion of them and the parent reads a portion of them. So you do it together. So they're like little CVC readers. The child's probably gonna read the bigger words and the parent's gonna read the smaller ones. Okay. That's good. At first I thought that the font was going to be too small, but the tiny font is for the parents and the bigger font is for the student. Okay, so these are super cute. And there are 8 of these. Next in here we have these language arts adventure cards. So it includes letter cards, real mode and imagination mode, warm-up cards, and real and imagination path cards. So I think the real and imagination, that's a section of the curriculum where like you can differentiate in a story between like what is fiction and what is nonfiction, and they're supposed to like use their imagination and think outside the box. So I'm interested to see how we use these cards, but you get a stack of these cards that are sealed. So there are 2 lesson books. There's lesson book A and lesson book B. So here's lesson book A. So if you were to directly compare this to something like The Good and the Beautiful, you'll see that there is definitely less fluff on the page. There's less illustration. There is a lot of parent instruction here, which is very nice. It's also less of a true workbook, it seems. There's only a small little bit that they have to do as workbook pages, and a lot of the lesson seems like it's done orally. And you start blending right away in week 3. Okay, this is book B. So book B starts at week 17. And this seems to be more about like storytelling and what to look for in a story. I think that's really important for kindergarten because it teaches them like how to listen to a story and what they're kind of pulling from the story. Because then when they get to the older grades and they really have to start implementing like what am I listening to, they're going to have prepared for that. So I really like that this curriculum teaches that and not just the phonics. I think that that's a really important element of language arts. And you see we're starting some sentences here. That's really great. Okay. Cute. Okay, the next thing included in here is the cut and play pack. And then this is the folder for the stuff in the cut and play pack. Very cute. So it says here they recommend you prepping the first half of it and then storing the second half somewhere else and then prepping that later. I might do this something like all about reading, where I'm gonna cut and prep everything and leave it in a binder and then just pull out what I need for the week or the next couple weeks and keep it in a little folder. But I like that the folder's included. The Good and the Beautiful Pre-K has something like this, and it's like a folder full of little activities, but this reminds me a lot of All About Reading. Yeah, so you have your little cut and play pack here. So that's everything that's included in the curriculum. As we work through this, I'm going to be filming snippets and showing you guys what I think about it. I think from first glance, they're definitely getting something way different than they are out of The Good and the Beautiful. I don't love the way that The Good and the Beautiful teaches reading. This is an Orton Gillingham approach, so it's a little bit more like All About Reading. The way that The Good and the Beautiful teaches phonics is just, I don't know, I just don't love it. So I'm really excited to try this one out and see how we like it. I think all the hands-on activities are going to be really good, especially for my kiddo. I like that the writing is at a minimum and more of the lesson is oral. And I do think that these team readers are going to be way more friendly to him because he does like when I read with him. And I think just the small amount of words on the page are going to be very encouraging. That was the first one. When you get to the last one of the kindergarten team reader, you see that there's a lot more that they're reading, but I think the format of it is really going to make him more comfortable with reading on his own without the pressure of having to read everything by himself. So I'm excited for that aspect of the curriculum. I think these fun little cards are going to be really cute, a fun addition, and I'm excited to see what he's going to learn this year. So this is my first glance of the new Meadowlark kindergarten curriculum, and I will let you know how it works out for us this year. I'm very excited to use it. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see in the comment section down below. Bye guys.